Well, we know that germs are everywhere, but it certainly doesn't mean we all should be living in a bubble somewhere. In some cases, germs are actually good for us, and they help to boost our immune system.
But you can get sick if you're not careful. Jennifer Mullen takes a closer look at some germ hotspots.
What are some of the dirtiest things you touch every day?
Geez, keyboards, escalators, probably any sort of hand railing.
Oh, gas pumps. I'm sure they're pretty dirty too.
We set out to swab surfaces to find some of the dirtiest things in the capital region and then took it to the clinical lab at Albany Memorial to get tested.
So what we'll do is we'll take a sterile swab, we'll dip it in some sterile saline, and then we'll just kind of swab over some of the keys or the cell phone, and then we'll plate it on an agar plate that has all the nutritional factors needed for most bacteria.
Some things we expected to be dirty, but others were a little surprising. Look closely at our top 4 offenders, starting with number 4, the soles of our shoes.
When you think about what we bring into our homes every day, I mean, it's everything from if you're not accustomed to taking your shoes off at the door, your shoes have gone everywhere.
You'll also find a lot of bacteria on public microwaves like the ones we share in the workplace and public toilets. That brings us to the number 1 offender, our hands.
So I've been working with my hands all day, and we wanted to give you the visual of what it looks like before and after you wash your hands. Check it out.
That warrants some soap and water.
So let's see how well I did.
Big difference. Dr. Marty Luzinas, an infection control practitioner at Albany Memorial, says many germs aren't dangerous.
It has a lot to do with the host's immune system and your response to that, and just watching out for those high-touch areas that you know may be contaminated. But other than that, I mean, bacteria are really a healthy component of how we live.
That said, some harmful viruses and bacteria can survive on surfaces for hours, in some cases days. And if you touch one, then touch your mouth, nose, or eyes, the risk of getting sick is greater, especially if your immune system is down.
We have a lot of patient exposure potential, so we do a lot of things in the hospital to mitigate that type of contamination in the hospital environment.
And Dr. Luzina says it's important for you to do the same in your everyday environment. To protect yourself, wash your hands, especially after using the restroom, before preparing food, and before and after you eat. In Albany, Jennifer Mullen, CBS 6 News.
Plastic gloves, the only answer, plastic
There you go.
gloves.
Just in a hazmat suit. You'll be fine.
Make sure you tune in tomorrow for part 2 of Jennifer's report. That's where she finds some hidden hot spots that could be lurking under your own roof.
Oh, boy. Well, Steve's back with